Hello, Star Citizen fans. Today I want to make a video on the new hover mode and landing your plane. I see a lot of comments flying around that hover mode is broken and whatnot. Maybe I can show you guys a video that might help you in your landing. So let's get right into this. I'm just gonna call in a Valkyrie right now. So I'll spawn a Valkyrie, and I'll fast forward this video till we get into the ship, so it's not so long. Alright. Just please. Alright, so now that we're getting in our ship, I'm gonna call an exit out of here. There might be something that I can help you guys with in this meantime. So, a lot of people are having trouble with their mouse and the movement of things. So I'll turn on my ship here. And that's usually their mouse, whether or not they're using a joystick or a flight stick or a keyboard and mouse. You'll notice that whenever you move your mouse, it constantly stays in that one direction. Now, I got a solution in the options under keybinds, advanced controls, and if you go to movement, there's this little thing right here called cycle mouse move mode. I bounded this to caps lock just because I use it so much, and it's nice to have it right at your pinky. And I'll show you what this does and why it's really good for landing. I don't think hover mode is broken. I don't think there's any bugs to it whatsoever. I just think that people are having the issue with their ship going forward, backwards, and whatnot. Now, if you notice, if I click the cycle mouse move mode, right, I'm able to, my mouse stays, if I let go of my mouse, it stays in one direction. But if I click the caps lock, it now goes back to the center. And if I move my mouse up and let go of my mouse, it automatically moves back to the center. Now what that does is levels out my ship when I'm in hover mode. So if I raise it, my ship is no longer spinning out of control or doing anything, no matter what I do. So what I'll do is I'll click the mouse move again, right? And my ship constantly moves. If I go forward, I'm gonna go forward. If I go backwards, like this, I'm gonna go backwards. But if I were to hold forward and then click the cycle mouse move mode, my ship automatically comes back to the leveled state, which is really awesome. Now, I'm gonna fly, kind of get out of this little way. So I cycled the mouse move mode. I'll kind of fly out of here, a little helicopter. And I'll just turn my ship. I click the cycle mouse move mode again, and my ship's gonna come back to a leveled state. I'm gonna hold control, and my ship comes down. Now, I like to use my mouse wheel to control how fast I'm going down. I also like to use the head tracking to be able to look around at what I'm doing. Right now, I click Z. The Valkyrie has a nice little option of being able to see right underneath you. Most ships don't have that, so it's great to know your ship. How far the nose is, how wide your ship is. I can see people having some sort of issue because of the hangars being snug tight. But the cycle mouse move mode can kind of get by that a little bit. So I'm going to get down here a little bit so I can see the edge of the hangars. So right here, I'm able to see the edge of all the hangars. Now, I'm going to call in for another landing pad. Hopefully it doesn't give me the same one. Hopefully it does give me the same one. Doesn't really matter which hangar I get. Okay, so it definitely didn't give me the same one. So I'm going to click on Cycle Mouse Move Mode and have it as Free Look. I'm going to hold spacebar. I'm going to keep tapping it a little bit so I can kind of go forward. And we're going to slowly drift our way over towards this landing pad over here. Now whenever I get close, I'm going to click the Cycle Mouse Move Mode, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching anything right now. And my ship automatically comes to a stop. It's going to level, and it kind of works like an FPS. So if I chuck my mouse and throw it, it just... my ship doesn't do anything. And kind of works like an FPS game. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to use my strafing. WASD. And I'm just going to kind of strafe over slightly. And if you notice, right there, right? If I look away, it goes to a little arrow, as you can see in the little left-hand side. What I try and do is I try and shift my ship over till that arrow is kind of pointing directly in front of where I kind of need to be. And I'm going to utilize the Z button to be able to free look. And I'm going to click W. These ships are not too fast. This little window is great to be able to use. You can also use the pads on the side for reference. Get lined up here. I'm not perfectly straight. That's alright. That's perfectly fine. Okay. So there's the edge of the landing pad right there. Now, like I said before, make sure to use the mouse wheel to control how fast you go down and up. It does not matter about the W and the S. For some reason, the strafing forwards and backwards doesn't... you can't control your speed. So, oops. Alright, now that I'm leveled straight, I can now go down a little bit. Make sure that I'm... see, I just hit the edge there, but it didn't really make too much of a big deal. So I gotta strafe over slightly, a little bit more. And if I go down, just maybe go... I noticed that with some ships you gotta be nose tight. And then... see? I hit the edge, but it's fine. I'm not spinning out of control as much. And... it's nice to get right up in here. It's nice to control. I'm able to move around. So yeah, right now I'm strafing inside the hangar, and it's actually seems to be quite fine. So if you hit things, it's actually not too all that bad. You don't go out of control. Not too much is happening, and you're able to land all nicely. May not be perfectly straight. I hit the side of the thing, but I did not spin out of control. So I hope that this might actually help you guys in your landing. You might get better at it. I do think that they need to widen the hangars slightly a little bit, but I basically just showed you guys that if you do hit things on your way down, the Cycle Mouse Move mode really is really good for your ship. It takes a little bit of getting used to when you're landing the new hover mode. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not that bad, and you don't spin out of control using that Cycle Mouse Move mode as much as you would as having, you know, the free turning. So